Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys make final call on Trey Lance after latest loss. The Dallas Cowboys remain hesitant to give Trey Lance a chance in the starting role, even as their playoff hopes grow dim. The Cowboys are coming off a tough 27-20 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, with a late special teams gaffe costing them the game. Cooper Rush did not have his best game, completing 16 of 31 passes for 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Rush has been serviceable as a replacement for the injured Dak Prescott, but some have still wondered why Lance hasn't been given an opportunity, especially with Dallas sitting at 5-8. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones does not feel like it's time to turn things over to Lance. I thought for the most part, we did some good things out there, and I still believe Cooper Rush gives us our best chance, Jones said during an interview on 105.3 The Fan. Wins are important for us, very important for us. This is a young team. Cooper, we think, gives us our best chance. We want to look at everything about Monday night and make sure the tail of the tape, so to speak, keeps us in the same mode. But it's very important to go down and beat Carolina for this team next year. We've got a lot of young players out here that we want to get that experience. And so you have to consider that when you consider, if you will, evaluating at such a critical position, quarterback. The Cowboys surprisingly made the trade for Lance in August of 2023, sending a 4th-round pick to the San Francisco 49ers for the former number 3 overall pick. But outside of preseason action, Lance has seen next to no action, attempting just 6 passes in a Dallas uniform. But the Cowboys front office does not regret making the deal. "We'd do that again," Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones said in November on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. "I mean, he's a top-tier pick, a guy we had at the top. As you know, Dak was coming up for contract. We wanted to take a look at a good, young talent and didn't feel like we could get anything, from a quality standpoint, like we could get with Trey. As it turns out, we ended up signing Dak long-term. Obviously, that puts a little less need, in terms of having to rush to do something with Trey. As a matter of fact, it makes it hard because Trey I'm sure is wanting to see what's out there now that we have committed to Dak long-term, but I don't regret that at all." The Cowboys declined Lance's 5th-year option, and he is in the final year of his contract. With just 4 NFL starts under his belt, he'll have to hope a team in free agency is willing to take a shot at the upside that got him drafted. It's not just the fans who want to see Lance get a shot. Former Cowboys star Dez Bryant also thinks it's time. "Trey Lance deserve a shot," Bryant wrote on X. Some reminded Bryant of Lance's uneven preseason. He got the majority of reps, but did little to impress or show the Cowboys that he could be the backup to Prescott entering the regular season. He completed 73 of 113 pass attempts, 64%, with 662 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns and 5 interceptions, all coming in one game. He added 24 carries for 168 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Cowboys linebacker DeMarvion Overshown may be sidelined for the 2025 season due to a recent knee injury, according to the team's coach. Dallas Cowboys linebacker DeMarvion Overshown may miss the entire 2025 season while recovering from a right knee injury he suffered in a loss to Cincinnati, coach Mike McCarthy said Tuesday. McCarthy mentioned that Overshown faces a long road of rehab. The second-year player tore several ligaments when a Bengals lineman collided with his leg during the Cowboys' 27-20 loss on Monday night. "I think that's fair," McCarthy said when asked if Overshown could miss the whole 2025 season. "You have the surgery, and the rehab is a long process. I think that's very realistic." Overshown missed all of his rookie season in 2023 after tearing the ACL in his left knee during a preseason game. This new injury came in his first game since making an incredible 23-yard interception return for a touchdown in the Cowboys' 27-20 win over the New York Giants on Thanksgiving. DeMarvion is getting ready to have a big surgery in front of him, McCarthy said about the procedure planned for this week. His physical and football talent speaks for itself. He's such a bright light. He's got a great, infectious personality, a tough young man. He is definitely going to be missed. He's got a long road of rehab in front of him. Overshown, a former Texas standout who was drafted in the third round last year, was second on the team in sacks with 5, behind star pass rusher Micah Parsons, when he got injured. Since the injury happened in December, his rehab will likely extend past training camp and into the regular season next year, after he turns 25. Parsons became emotional when asked about Overshown after the Cincinnati game. "I cried," he said. "It's like my little bro. He doesn't deserve that either. Just to understand what he's going to go through and to be there for him physically, mentally. It's just so challenging because of the year he was having. I really just don't think that's fair either." The Cowboys' defense will also see the return of defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, who has been out with a foot injury since Week 4. However, the Cowboys, 5-8, are almost out of the playoffs as they prepare to play against Carolina, 3-10, on Sunday. Cowboys predicted to land SEC star WR instead of Ashton Jeanty. The Dallas Cowboys' rushing attack has shown improvement in recent weeks, aided by consecutive 100-yard showings by Rico Dowdle against the Giants and Bengals. However, Mike McCarthy's club still ranks bottom 5 in the NFL with only 91.2 rushing yards per game entering Week 15. Naturally, Heisman Trophy finalist and Boise State's 2,600-yard, 30-touchdown running back Ashton Jeanty has been pegged as a potential solution for Dallas, appearing frequently next to the Cowboys' name in 2025 mock drafts. In Athlon Sports' first-round NFL mock draft, analyst Luke Easterling had the Cowboys picking number 13 overall, but elected to go in a much different direction. Instead, Jerry Jones and company were predicted to select Missouri wide receiver Luther Burden 3. It's hard to blame any mock that has Ashton Jeanty here instead, but this year's running back class is deep enough to give Dallas plenty of strong options on day 2, Easterling wrote, projecting Jeanty to land with the Minnesota Vikings at number 28. That should allow them to grab another explosive weapon for their offense in Burden, who could be a huge steal as Dak Prescott's number 2 target across from CeeDee Lamb if he's still on the board here. Burden, a 5'11", 205-pound junior from St. Louis, had his best collegiate season in 2023 when he tallied 86 catches, 1,212 yards and 9 touchdowns in 13 games. His receiving stats were down in 2024, but the explosive wideout still managed to record at least 8 touchdowns for the third straight season. Like Athlon, Bleacher Report considers Burden a first-round talent with shades of Curtis Samuel and Randall Cobb. The Cowboys could certainly be in the market for some help at the position behind their $136 million star, as Brandon Cooks is set to become a free agent in March, while Jalen Tolbert has only 1 season remaining on his deal. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Luther Burden? Leave your opinion in the comments.